Ready to go? Are we live? We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the A2Z Program. You know me, I'm Eric Zant. I am your host, and tonight we have a very, very special New York snow show. And I have a show I brought back, I got a lot of feedback from everybody. One of the previous shows we did, I had a guest who got like overwhelmingly popular because of her appearance on the show, and I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm just using it to boost my ratings. I'm for no other reason having her back on, but that's not true. She's my cousin Deanna, and she's back on the show. So I'd like to welcome Deanna right now. Deanna, come on in.
Hey, blowing smoke like that.
What? Wait a minute. You hear that? Holy cow!
I forgot about your incredible live audience for this
show. They're vast and they're very temperamental. So you did good by getting that kind of a reaction already.
Yeah, I feel honored. I feel honored and blessed. Hashtag blessed.
We're honored to have you here, and you're not the only one here.
I know.
We also have another special guest. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce for the first time on the show Miss Cynthia Cooley. Cynthia.
Hey, there she is.
Oh, she gets around too. Holy cow. They didn't even clap for me like that. Unbelievable. Guys, girls, how are you tonight?
Oh my God. I mean, you're probably happier than I am, Sin, with the weather that we're having.
You guys are getting some snow, huh?
Yeah. How much was it over by you? Because I saw in the Times said that at 1:00 in Central Park there was 13 inches, and it was still coming down like nonstop.
Wow.
It's hard to tell because the East River is so windy, but it was a lot. I mean, I had on my big boots. It was a lot.
The big boots, are they different from the regular medium boots?
They are my snowshoeing boots. So yeah.
Snowshoeing. You're a snowshoer.
Well, I did. It wasn't today, but yes. Deanna's gone snowshoeing.
Have you? Once.
In Vermont. I have to say, the snowshoeing thing was a little bit hard for me to wrap my head around. But if you ever have, because I was like, oh, we're just walking in the snow. Like this is how we went to school upstate. Like this is just how life was.
Yeah, whatever. This is just snow.
That said, I have to say, if you ever have a chance to go snowshoeing with Sin and her sisters, that makes it a completely different experience.
Wait a minute. Whoa. There's more than one of you, Cynthia?
Oh, yeah.
No, there's just one of me, but there's other ones that share similar DNA.
Yes.
Similar DNA?
And
I can live with that. I can live with that. This is great. So just so we're clear, Cynthia is in Manhattan, correct? Correct. And Deanna is in Brooklyn.
Boom.
So we have two boroughs of New York City represented tonight. That's pretty cool. Now, along with the snow here, guys, well, I shouldn't say along with the snow, other than the snow. What else is new? Deanna, what else has been going on in your life?
Staring at walls, pandemic. It's great. I'm fine with it. Just want to say what up to the people in the comments too. I see y'all.
Oh yeah, we got some. Look at all the love we're having tonight. Mike Domino,
this crew. Wow. I have to say the group associated with this network, the Pop Culture Pros group, is so much fun every day. Like I often lose beverages out my nose and have a great time. I've been doing really good. I adopted a second dog. That's super exciting.
That's right. Tell us about the dog. Tell us about your new friend.
Sure. He's I don't know, making trouble. His name is Cosmo Castorini, which is named for the dad in Moonstruck. And Sin helped me name him and made sure that was his name. He told me his name, and I had to make sure that was what his name was.
He speaks English? I mean, it sounded Italian, that name.
He's pretty good.
He's okay.
He speaks Brooklyn.
It's not just Italian, it's Brooklyn.
It's Brooklyn.
Oh, it's Brooklyn. Brooklyn
Buttercup
Italian.
is pissed that we're talking about Cosmo. And so Buttercup is the other dog. They're both Chihuahua mixes and hilarious and sassy. And it was a little overwhelming at first to have two dogs. I was like, what's one more? As it turns out, a lot.
Oh, yeah. I can vouch for that. But
anyway. But
my dogs only walk on two legs, so Oh, boo! Oh, that was bad. No, that was horrible. Don't call your kids dogs.
Don't call your kids dogs. Your boys are amazing.
Yeah, they're cool kids, man.
The
they
ones
really
we
are
know
cool
about.
Kids. The ones accounted for. We had fun the other night in the Jesus chat, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, the Jesus chat.
We have a fun little side chat that we send each other terrible memes and jokes to, but they're the best. And I'm the meme. I often, as it happens, I always make myself the butt of the jokes, but it always backfires on me because quick wit over here.
Yeah. He was making jokes about, like hooking up and how babies are made. And I was like, how many kids you have now? Or do you know have you figured that out, how that works yet? Or
try as I might, it just isn't clicking yet. One of these days it will.
My God, we're talking about Brooklyn Pizza, L&B's Pizza. Where is that? I don't know L&B Pizza. What are our pizza places? I mean, I have Danona Rosa, which is South Slope. They're great pizza.
Really?
Sin,
Williamsburg Pizza on the Lower East Side. Used to be Nona's closed. Williamsburg Pizza's second best.
Is that Cynthia, in your opinion, is that probably the best pizza in New York, or at least in Manhattan?
For my particular, I like a grandma slice. So for me, for the grandma slice, they've got the grandma slice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, when I visit Tim in Queens, he has the greatest pizza place ever around the corner on Myrtle Avenue, Pizza Pizzeria, and I go there right off the bus, and right before I get on the train to go to the station, I have to. I even bring it home with me. It's that good. It's really that good.
That is necessary. I mean, what do we do here? We do bagels and pizza. Mm-hmm. My dogs are freaking out. Sorry about
100%.
that.
I can hear that.
That's okay. Dog, we're an anything friendly show here. Anybody's welcome. Anybody can be on. Animal, mineral, vegetable, if they talk.
I totally have turned into that mom from the 70s who's like sitting in the house with her glass of wine going, "Hey, you kids."
So you're Bev Zant now. That's what you are.
I am your mom. You
are my mom. Minus the 7 packs of Marlboros. That's the best.
Not anymore, but close in the day. So
back in the day, you could hang with the smokers, couldn't you?
Oh my God. They used to call me, was it you, Sin, that named me this? But somebody at the bar named me a power smoker.
Wasn't that me?
I wasn't a chain smoker. I was a power smoker.
Power smoker. That's a badge. That's a badge right there. That's something to wear.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So Cynthia, what's new with you? What's happening lately here?
Tell us who you are. Who are you? Why are you here?
Who are you anyway?
I'm in quarantine, so not a lot has happened. I'm less fine with it than Deanna. And therefore make the trek to Brooklyn at least once a week to get out of my own house to her house. We're inside monogamous.
Nice. Yeah. Nice. Now, Cynthia, let me get this out of the way, because a lot of, like I said in the preview, a lot of my contemporaries are going to be very, very excited to know where you work and what you do. And tell us what you do and where you work.
I am an enterprise program manager, and I work at Disney Streaming Services.
Disney Stream. All I heard was Disney. I didn't hear anything else but Disney. I heard a lot of words that go in this ear and then like fall back out. So, but no, that's cool. Cynthia, that's great. What is programming, enterprise, this is Publishers Clearinghouse. That's, so Cynthia, explain a little bit about that, about what you do.
So when we have a nice, neat new feature like Group Watch, was not my feature, but one of my peers, we coordinate the build out of that feature across
Oh,
all
wow.
teams that participate in it. So
Oh,
all
wow.
streaming stuff.
That's cool. Dave, Dave, did you, I didn't tell you about that, did I? About her working for Disney. That's pretty cool, right? I mean, this is like an exclusive having someone streaming on or someone who works for streaming on my show. That's pretty cool, right? Is that a
It
bomb?
absolutely is, especially since hi everyone, producer
Hi.
Dave over here
Hey.
today.
Hey, Dave's here with us.
I'm down in Florida, so I have a lovely Disney right 3 hours away. So that's awesome. By the way, I was like completely like, whoa, okay, Disney streaming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you want my complimentary pass, ping me. You can. I have 2 of them. You can have them.
Oh, with
Wow.
pleasure.
Wow. Cynthia.
We were supposed to go to Disney in May last year. That was, pre-pandemic. We were planning an amazing trip with 2 other friends of ours.
Wow.
And I'm not bitter. Sad.
How fun would that have been?
It'll
I mean,
happen.
is there anything
It'll
better
happen.
than
But
It'll
yes,
happen.
I have friends and family passes that will allow you a main day at the main gate. So if you want it,
Absolutely. We'll
You know,
definitely
this is-
talk some more throughout this whole show, and at the end for sure for that.
I was gonna say
100%?
this is getting like very New York already. She's like, listen, I know a guy, okay?
Listen, I know somebody over here.
it's me.
It's like you scratch my back,
know-
I scratch your back.
I scratched your back. I got some passes that fell off a truck.
You want them? You can have them.
They're legit. They give us those. They give us them to give to our friends.
And Steve, who's in charge of this whole operation, is in Florida too, and is the boss of this.
Steve
so
the boss.
maybe,
Yeah. There you go.
Well,
There you go. Steve and Dave. They're the two. So anyway, guys, why don't we say nay to the nub of the nexus of you two coming on the program. Now, Deanna, catch me up a little bit. We talked a while back about a book, correct?
Yes.
With a chapter in it devoted to it's how we show up. And Nia Bird song? Are my eyes that bad?
Nia Birdsong, one of the
I
most incredible organizers, activists, thinkers out on the West Coast. Just an incredible human. So yes.
Okay. You have to forgive me because there's a wrestler who I'm like in love, a female wrestler I'm in love with called Nia Jax. So that's why I pronounced that way first. So, syntax aside, forgive me.
Got you.
So in that book, there is a chapter, and I read it, and it's very. I told you it moved me, and you know, when I get down to that level where I'm like real and not trying to make jokes, and when I really try to absorb, it really touched me a lot. Do you want to talk about that a little bit first, Deanna, and tell me about how and why that chapter was included in that book?
Yeah. So this actually, to be serious, I knew about the book before she was writing it. She's a friend of mine. I'm going to show it again because I am that friend. It's called How We Show Up, Reclaiming Family, Friendship, and Community. One of the things that she's super interested in is this idea that like our immediate families are made to be like our pinnacle and like the end all be all of our lives. And those of us that either don't have traditional immediate families, have mixed families, have all different kinds of families, like we're getting to redefine what family actually means to us. And those of us who have families that we're born into that are not serving us in any way emotionally are there's people that are choosing then to have, manifest families in all these different ways. So what does that actually mean? And so she put out this call and she said, do any of you have stories of meeting friends and making like lifelong friends under really, trying or difficult circumstances? And I was like, does meeting in a bar after 9/11 count? 20 years later, this is still my best friend. And she was like, yeah, I need to hear this story. So we jumped on, and that was one of our origin stories, is that we both used to live. I used to live in the same neighborhood where Cyn lives now, and there was a neighborhood bar. And when 9/11 happened, we, all lived in these tiny, tiny apartments with no hangout space, and, hardly had, close-knit friends or anything. And this group of friends found each other, and for the most part, we're all still in touch. I mean, there's a couple of stragglers. But I was just telling somebody else that Cyn and I now, this year, this fall, then we will have known each other 20 years, but actually liked each other for 19.
That's important. That's important. Cynthia, Cynthia, your take on this, is it's right along Deanna's? Does her the way she follow your story here too?
It is the exact same story.
Okay. So you're not so in other words, there's nothing else I'm going to learn from you that I didn't just learn from Deanna.
No, probably not.
Although, I mean, because we were sort of unknowingly at the time in sort of ego competition. Because we're both Leos. And then a year into everybody being friends except for us, we found out that we were both Leos, and then we were like, oh my God, well, oh wait, I love you. Which that is even a funny story about how that happened, because that involved a horrible movie being filmed in our bar. And yeah, anyway, I could go on and on about that.
Horrible movie. Wait a minute. We want to know what the name of the horrible movie is.
Oh, that's right. This is Pop Culture Pros, right? So
yeah, we have to.
What is it? So it was originally called, and this is like ironic, that it even had to do with this, but it was originally called Ash Tuesday. And it was like a romantic drama about finding yourself after 9/11 in these characters in the Lower East Side. And it's awful. And now it's called Beyond the Ashes. I recently tried to watch it.
Really?
Just to like look for the scenes that we might have been. So they chose our bar that we hung out at. We were regulars at this bar, like literally there every night. We had movie nights, we had dinner there. We would, I dated the guy who owned the burger joint next door for a minute. Like it was that kind of Peyton's Place, if you get that reference, the pop culture people.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they'll get it.
It was just this it was just this time and place. So then they asked if they could film this movie in this bar, and the producers and directors of the film made the total mistake on their part, but excellent choice on our part. They told the bar manager, who was a good friend of ours, oh, just bring a bunch of your regulars that day. They'll be our extras, and we'll just like foot the bill, and they can just drink all day. And I know. And I was 26, I think. Yeah, I had turned 26 that year. You were
however much older I am than you.
7 years. Anyway, yeah, because you used to make fun of me when I would say something about being 26. You would go, "That's adorable."
That was so long ago,
and it would make me so mad. But anyways, so they asked us to. Liam told us to be regulars and come be regulars on a Sunday afternoon, and it was sweltering hot, and it was, kind of all these things. And we caused them so much trouble, which included, they were trying to film a bar fight in the bar, and we didn't think it looked real enough. Exactly. So then we're like, yeah, we're lit at that point. Sorry, my camera goes out of focus sometimes. So I'm telling this in soft focus.
Wow.
Oh, fancy.
Really.
Cyn, you can tell them.
Look at this.
Yeah, there it is.
Look what Dave brought up.
So bad. Tony Goldwyn, who is
bad
in some universe, my husband. Giancarlo Esposito is in it.
No kidding.
Look
at this. This is crazy.
Moff Gideon was in this movie. And then I ended up meeting Janine Garofalo later the fall that this came out. And I was like, oh, you were in this movie. And she was like, oh, it was horrible. Oh.
I don't want to talk about that.
No, but so our friend Jen, which I still am not in focus. Anyway, who is Sin's roommate at the time, just started like telling them what to do. And she's like, listen, that's not how you film a bar fight. It's not a bar fight. You gotta get at least like one guy who's like, hold my beer. Hold my beer. Hold my beer. So they kicked us out.
That does happen. That does happen.
Yeah.
Cynthia, why didn't you go like all? You're from Cynthia. Where are you from originally?
Don't call her Cindy.
Cynthia.
Cyn.
I'm from Massachusetts.
You're from. So you should have gone all like Boston crazy and like just started like swiping everything off the bar, and screaming out "Nomar Garcia Parra" when he was on the team and everything like that.
I'm drunk, so that's unlikely to happen.
You don't drink?
No, I'm a happy drunk.
You're a happy drunk.
Yeah.
Really?
I don't really get.
You don't get violent. See, that's funny. I don't either. Everybody thinks to the contrary. I'm like Mr. Softy. Like every time I drink everything, it's like, oh, it's so great to be. It's just it's annoying. That's so.
Yeah.
I can relate.
I just like watching other people.
You like hanging out, right?
Jen had it covered.
Our friend George here in the comments. Yes, he's that guy.
George is that guy. And let me tell you about George. I grew up with George, and we've gotten in many together. Not against each other, but together, many fights and many beers. So I can attest to that. George is that guy.
Well, when they kicked us out of the bar, we had to wait on the sidewalk for a while before we could go back in, and we were just like drunk on the sidewalk. And then like my ex was across the street, and it was all weird, and we're just like, meh. And then Sid and I somehow were standing next to each other.
Unusual.
And that's when we found out we were both Leos. And I'm like, oh, that's why I hate you. And she's like, that's why I hate you too. Oh my God, you're the best. And we were hugging immediately.
And the love just flowed.
And also, she's drunk. We were very drunk.
So
it's good that you can. It's good to. Well, that's still a great story. I mean, that's fantastic.
Well, we
and
just,
now,
kept up. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say.
I was just going to make a comment.
Stuck. I mean, we just. It just kept going, and then shit started to get real as you get older in life, and you start to figure out like what's important to me and who's important to me. And I don't know. Well, I'll wait for your questions because I don't know how much you want to dive into all of the things that involve failed romantic relationships and all of that. But
well,
I've had a Chardonnay. All right.
Please, by all means, keep going. And Tim Tabala, a fellow borough neighbor of yours, he's actually in the borough of Queens in Middle Village.
Queens.
And he's drank with George Point, never drank with Eric, and that is weird. A lot of people, that's funny because a lot of people haven't drank with me. I don't know why, but they just haven't. It just never comes that way. Now, so back to this. Okay, so we're in the book. We're at the beginning of your relationship. Okay. Now I can understand, like I have those friends in my life that it's just, you're just like, it's like, they're your like ride or die people. They're like, you don't have to even question. You don't even have to think twice. If I've got 4 people right now that I could call that I definitely know, like Tim is one of them. That if it doesn't matter what it is, it's like I'll call my buddy Frank. I'm like, Frank, I'm stuck at work. I can't get home. He's like, I'll be right there. He doesn't even ask. He just goes, I'll be right there. Now, Cynthia, I know my cousin. I've known her all my life. Well, she's a little older than me, but and I always let her know that.
Yeah, I am older. And
she's
wiser.
a week older than me.
I'm a week wiser.
A whole week.
I like to say.
Which in young, like 0 to 10 terms is like forever.
Yeah.
So, Cynthia, did you, like as you guys got to know, were you sensing the kindred spirit as well? Like, as
We would never have gotten past that first moment if I didn't. I don't
if you,
like,
if you
I like
didn't.
you, I don't like you. There's very little sort of middle ground there.
Cindy, I'm gonna stop calling you that. I don't know why.
That's a great idea.
That's a great Cynthia. You strike me as a person you're straight. Like there's 50-50. There's no if and. It's like, here it is. Boom. Am I doing that right? Boom.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of people I like, it's very rare that someone, although Solomon is the exception, someone I don't really like a lot to begin with, I like later. It doesn't happen often.
Right.
Yeah.
So when you find them, you keep them because it's not an often occurrence in things. Am I correct?
It actually, I actually mostly like people. I should also
Mostly.
Yes.
You're actually more people oriented than I am.
I'm an extrovert, so I mostly like everyone. And when I don't like them, it's an unusual.
And it's obvious.
And it's super obvious.
So hilarious.
You'll make it known. You'll make it known. It's just like if you and Deanna are hanging out, just like, oh wow, this dick's here. Okay, good. Have a good time.
No, what happens is it's amazing because we get cold sin and we get, oh, well, that's interesting. You know, like that kind of piercing laser eyes. Yeah.
Like I'm getting chills thinking about
pretty
that.
much almost every boyfriend I've had, I think, has gotten that treatment from you.
That's not totally true, is it? Yeah. Well, okay. I'm thinking of a couple of people, but right off the bat, and was I right? Yes.
Yes.
Wow. So,
I mean, not that you
before
had better taste in boyfriends, by the way.
I'm not saying I did, but
wait a minute here.
I expect you to like them.
Yeah.
Deanna. Wow. This is great. Well, we got boy talk going on here.
Well, boy talk. This was actually the other thing that solidified our friendship was that there was this astrological event in 2003 for Leos.
Bad boyfriends, yeah.
Boyfriends. Let's put them in finger quotes because they were both otherwise occupied. As it turned out. Anyway. And we were hanging out, and it was the luckiest night for Leo's entire lifetimes. And this astrologer that we used to read was like, whatever happens to you tonight will carry fortune and good things with you for forever. Tonight is the night to make that shit happen. And we were both like geared up for it, and we were like, ooh, what's gonna happen? So we had moved bars. We got kicked out of that bar eventually. And then I had stopped into another bar on my way home from work. And and Sin was there. I was like, oh, what are you doing? And she was like, oh, I'm waiting for so-and-so to call. And I was like, oh, cool. I'll, I'll get a drink with you while you wait. And she's like, all right, great. And we hadn't really hung out one-on-one. We had only been in the group, I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, hang out. And, he didn't call, and we kept drinking.
Amazing. He didn't call. Wow.
To the point where we were in my apartment, and I will never forget this image because you have to picture Sin with this image. She was holding 2 cigarettes, a vodka cranberry, and a slice of pizza from Rosario's on Orchard Street.
All at once?
And she looked at me and she's like, what time is it? And I was like, it's like a Tuesday night. It's like a Wednesday night, something like that. Yeah. And it's like, I was like, it's 2:30. It's 2:30. And she goes, oh, I don't think he's going to call.
I was smoking both of those cigarettes at the same time.
Both of those cigarettes at the same time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I've done that before. Cynthia, stand up for yourself and accept that, because that's like Greek god kind of stuff. You know,
And she's
like,
great. So, you know, that works.
She is Greek. You know what? I found that out. I did find that out about Cynthia.
You're
And by the way, before I lose this thought, Cold Sin should be the name of your band. That just right now, ever, you know, if you have a kazoo band, a jug band, you know,
I think it's like an electronic,
ooh,
you know, like
the Euro techno.
Yeah, Euro techno.
That stuff's fun. That stuff's fun.
We were really drunk.
But the other thing that happened is then we got laughing and we were playing music and, you know, laughing some more and stuff. And the other thing that she said to me, and this is I think the moment that we knew that we were really going to be best friends forever, is she looked at me and she said, "This is so much better than crying."
Except
What?
Except I slurred it and it didn't sound really that clear.
But it just became like the thing to shoot for, like, or something very, I think, very fundamental in our relationship. And so we, I don't know, we like then started solidifying different things. You know, we, the next came the nightstands.
Yeah, the emotional first. So the person you were talking about earlier, Eric, the ride or die, I call your first responder. So should something happen to me, horrible, I need Deanna to come in and clean some shit out.
Before her family gets there.
Wow. Cynthia, you know, if it's possible to like you more and more as time goes on, you're just, this is great. This is great.
So Deanna became my first responder. I was like, don't even look at it. Just throw it all out.
I was like, got it. I can do that. I can honor you with that.
I'm in. I'm totally into that. I am totally into that. Now, you know, you guys have this unique friendship, and it's really, really cool. And tell me, Cynthia said before that she's basically quarantined at home, and you stay there 90% of the time. Cynthia, does that? I
mean, other than feeding the squirrels on the East River, who I've trained to do tricks, which is kind of where I am right now in life.
You're a squirrel trainer too?
Apparently, they know.
You work for Disney Streaming. You train squirrels, and you have things in your apartment that need to go if said family comes over. Wow. I mean, I don't know where you. Wow.
He's ready to propose.
Brain on the ceiling.
You witnessed it like in Square Park. When I was talking to that squirrel, and I was like, here, now go over there.
I wish I remembered what I was going to ask you now. I mean, that just threw everything just dumped right out.
But 90% of the time, if I'm not,
she talks to the squirrels, even when they don't know her. Squirrels will come up to her, like they've heard of her or something, and they come up to her, and she talks to them, and she tells them not to get too fresh, that she's working on getting their treats in order for them, and like they totally listen, and then they just sit there and they wait, and then they do tricks for her, and there you go.
What does a New York City squirrel prefer, like snack-wise, just in case I ever encounter one?
They love a French fry. But they like peanuts in the shell, like just straight up peanuts in the shell. And they hold them with their little squirrel hands.
They go apart with their little squirrel nails.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they crawl up my pants with their little squirrel nails if they're really excited. And I'm
What?
Yeah, they'll crawl up my jeans. They'll crawl up my jeans, and I have to tell them to simmer down, and everyone's being fresh. I get that.
Oh my God.
She's a Disney princess is really what we've decided.
Yeah, no doubt. 100%.
Yeah.
Producer Dave, do I see somebody knocking at our door? Do I see somebody, a familiar face? Do I see something down there?
What?
Who do I see? Who do I see a knock? Ladies and gentlemen, I don't believe this. It's Tim Tabala. Tim.
What up, Tim?
Knock.
Come on,
Tim, you just got a round of applause too. You believe that?
High five, Tim.
Nice.
Bring it in. Bring it in for a high five. What's up, brother?
How's everything going?
Karaoke. When this shit is over, we're still on for karaoke, right? Like this is the
Definitely.
karaoke crew right here.
Here's the thought that I often have, though. What are they going to do about the microphone, which was already gross and something I would never touch to begin with? Now what are they going to do?
Well, I'll like sanitize it or something.
Disinfectant.
Will they have a little cover or something?
Oh, maybe they'll have covers. Where did Tim go?
Tim, did you leave us already? Wow. Maybe Tim got stage fright.
He has
hi.
technical
Dave, what's up?
difficulties. He'll be back most likely though.
We like you
Okay.
too, Dave. We like you too. You can come do karaoke with us too.
Oh, I love karaoke.
Yeah,
That's my
Dave's
that's my thing.
proficient in that.
Definitely.
One thing you gotta know about
one.
Tim is, I'm sorry, Dave.
No.
Okay.
I was gonna say my duet though is any one of you ladies more than welcome. Do Summer Nights from Greece.
Wella. Tell me more.
Pulling out the big stuff.
You gotta
Wow.
go big if
Only-
you're gonna do karaoke.
Only if you do Total Eclipse of the Heart with me.
She
Oh.
does the Total Eclipse of the Heart.
Every now and then I fall apart.
Yeah.
Every now and then I do fall apart.
Wow.
Don't we all?
I
don't
need
we
you
all?
now tonight. I need you now forever.
We'll
I
only be
thought-
making it
I
right.
thought Bonnie Tyler was sitting down there for a minute here. What's going on?
Oh, Mike Zan is here. Watch out.
Oh, Mike's here. Mike's dropping in. Hello, everyone. Looking like the Brady Bunch intro ATM. You know, when my brother starts using contemporary abbreviations, and you know what I mean, you know, society is starting to hit the peak. That's what's going on right now.
That's when the nomenclature has broken through to the
Yeah.
mainstream. That's how we know.
The
That's what you have me
proverbial
here,
shit
Eric.
is hitting the fan.
I
what you have
give
me
Mike
here
a
for.
big giant hug to Mike. Because Mike's
So-
awesome.
What you got to know about Tim is the king of technical difficulties. It's a running gag, believe it or not, on our other show. Tim will be in the middle of discussing something very profound and deep, and then all of a sudden he'll be gone. Then in a minute later he'll pop back on. It's the Middle Village internet, I think. And what do you know?
That sounds about right.
And what do you know? What do you know? He's it looks like he's trying to connect back right now.
All right.
But as soon as Tim's all set and ready, we'll bring him back on. Cynthia,
Yes.
quick question, rapid fire. If you had to have a favorite Disney princess, who would it be?
Favorite Disney princess, huh?
Yeah.
That's a great question. Moana.
Who?
Moana's a princess. Moana.
Moana?
Yep.
Excellent. And wow. Well, we had Tim for a second. It's almost like playing like what was that? Celebrity Tic-Tac-Toe? And he's gone. It's Hollywood Squares, yeah. So Cody Tucker wants to know, what's everyone's go-to song for karaoke? Now, is Total Eclipse of the Heart your go-to, Deanna? Or do you have like that one song you're like, oh, I gotta have this tonight. I gotta do it.
I have a party trick.
Tell them
You have a party trick.
I call it my party trick because it doesn't matter how terribly I actually sing because I am not a good singer.
Well, you just got Sin's juices going there.
Because
She's
she's
ready
thinking
for that.
about Seth.
Yes, I am. Thank you.
So we'll tell that story in a second, but I like to sing the German version of 99 Red Balloons.
Yes. I love it.
Etwas Zeit für mich? Singe ich einen Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons, ihrem Weg zum Horizont. So, dig this.
Kirk.
Yes. Hätten Sie für Captain Kirk.
Oh, I love that song.
It's everybody's
I
favorite
love that
part.
song.
So we go to a fantastic bar in my neighborhood called Shenanigans. Y'all are ever in Brooklyn, come to Shenanigans when it's open again. So there's a bartender, Seth, who is a really wonderful human. The first time we walked into that bar to do karaoke, he was wearing a t-shirt that said, "Do I look like a fucking people person?" And I was like, we're home.
This is it. This is where we belong.
Anyway, so I asked, it was a new karaoke DJ that had started there, and I asked him if he had the German version of 99 Red Blues, 99 Luftballons, and he was like, no, but I have the English version. And I was like, cool, I'll bring up the German lyrics. I know most of them anyway, it's fine. And I had them on my phone, and so I was like singing and whatever. And then Sin, what did he say to you?
He goes, doesn't she know we got the lyrics right there? And he points to the screen. And so I look
They're over there.
I'm upset. And I'm like, well, she's singing in German. And he stops for a second, tilts his head, and he goes, "Oh shit, she is." So every time I think of it, doesn't, yeah, we've only been here 800 times. She knows the lyrics are on the screen over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. As a matter of fact, I do. It's a wonder. It reminds me, I mean, like everybody pretty much that hangs out there, Eric, like reminds me of like our people upstate, like the people that we hang out with.
Mhm.
And it's like not like, there's a trashy East Village place that we go to called Planet Rose. And then there's this place, and it's not like fancy. It's, old school. It's just like, come say hello. The first time I ordered a white wine there, first time I went there, it came in a plastic cup with crushed ice. And I was like,
This is it.
this is it.
Yeah.
Shangri-La.
There's no ordering of fancy drinks there.
No,
So you'll
that's
get,
good.
we look like we make that drink.
Yeah.
Sin, for being from Massachusetts, you've thoroughly mastered the New York accent. I got to tell you, it's wonderful.
That's just the South.
I have to know though. Do you ever slip back into the New England accent?
When
Please
she's
tell
around
me.
her sister, she does.
Please.
It's
not
amazing.
not very deeply though. We were never really allowed to.
You were never allowed to.
Not really. Not the Boston accent. My sister Pam has it, and my brother has it. But
Sometimes
Boston accent
when
is
you're
my
hanging out with
favorite.
Dran, you and Dran start doing it, and you don't know that you're doing it, and it's amazing.
but it's not the Boston accent people think of.
No, it's not the. It's not
Is-
that. Does he have Smart Pack?
No, it's not.
Is
that.
it like the one that guy on MASH did, like the
No,
surgeon
it's
there?
not exactly that either.
No, it's the other one that I'm not bringing. I don't know. I have no idea how many there are. Well, there's a main one that's different from
There is
the
a main
Massachusetts one.
Yeah.
And then there's like a what the hell is that place called in Connecticut there on the Sound? Guilford, New Haven. They have a New Haven accent that's
That's new to me.
news to you. Well, I'm well traveled, Sin. Believe it or not, I've been to one or three places, and accents are one of my favorite things to regionally dice upon. And I've noticed the different ones from New England because we used to do antiques all over the place.
Oh, that's
And-
right.
It's really cool when you go to like I said, like you go to New Haven or Hartford and hear the difference. And then when you go to like Greenfield, Massachusetts, and they don't really have much, but then you go over to like Marlborough and you hear that one. And then if you go up to like Nashua, New Hampshire, they have, it sounds more like the Massachusetts one, And then as you get deeper into New Hampshire up towards Maine, it's, like I got my Moxie, kid, so it's kind of cool. And ladies, if you haven't noticed, we have a special guest, Mr.
We
Tabala. How are you?
What's up, Tim?
Sorry, I had technical difficulties. I had to switch to my phone real quick.
I heard. By the way, Cosmo came to visit. This is
He's
Cosmo.
so cute.
Oh, hello, Cosmo.
Cosmo Castorini
Castorini.
from Moonstruck.
That's cool.
Anyway,
From
what's up,
Moonstruck.
Tim?
How's it going, guys? How are you?
All right. What's your go-to karaoke song, Al?
Tim, what do you got? What's your go-to?
I would say Elvis. Any Elvis.
Oh, any Elvis. I was going to say, do you have a particular?
Either Suspicious Minds or Teddy Bear.
Ooh, Teddy Bear.
I want to hear both right now.
I can't. I'd have to have a few in me that do that, but no. But
Oh,
one day I
come on,
promise
Tim.
you will.
Force yourself.
One day, I promise you will. I guarantee it. Once this shit's all over and we can hang out.
Exactly. Literally, how many times have I said that today? Well, once this shit's all over.
I've only heard it once, actually. No, I've heard it like 100 times, but that's okay because it needs to be said. Because the more we put it out into the universe, the more the universe is going to correct everything.
Yes, and maybe
I have
the
no
more
idea if
people
that's
will
true
get
or not.
vaccinated.
Speaking of that, guys, check this out.
Boom.
Eric got his first one the other day,
No.
and
Jealous.
I can be honest with you. Like it runs you down. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like, but that means it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured that out all by myself because like I woke up this morning And I'm like, I got like this scratchy, like little bit of a scratchy throat, and I'm coughing a little bit, and I'm like, this isn't normal, you know? Like I'm metahuman. Like this shouldn't bother me. Like what's going on here? So I got to work and I'm starting to freak out. I'm like, oh my God, what if I got COVID and then I got the shot? But my boss, he goes, did you look at your pamphlet that they gave you? And I went, no. Who the hell looks at pamphlets that they give you at the doctor's office? Why would I read that? So I did. And then he explained to me, he goes, no, man. He goes, all these things it means it's working. It's that they're common. And I'm like way over exaggerating them. I don't feel that bad. I don't, but it's just you run. Dave, what was it that I'm fatigued. I'm fatigued. That's what it is. I'm fatigued. Yes. Yeah. That's why I got to have Dave around because, apparently the ooze that's inside of my head can't kind of form fit like simple words. Does that make sense? Anyway.
But also, let's back up a second. You did not figure it out yourself. Your dude at the store told you. Yeah,
no, I'm just trying to take credit for it. That's total bullshit. I didn't figure anything out myself. No. So anyway, so karaoke. So Sin, did we get your song yet? I don't think we heard your song yet.
Yeah, what's your song, Sin?
Come on, Sin.
No, I don't do it.
You don't do it?
Nope.
You don't do karaoke?
No, I just sing along.
You just sing along?
Yeah.
She's our hype woman.
I am not that microphone with the 10-foot pole. Sorry.
You're the Flavor Flav of the group.
Yeah, she's the hype person.
The hype.
I'm microphone distant.
Nice.
Even before the pandemic, she was like, "Yeah, I'm not going to do that."
Not happening, huh?
No.
Wow.
I see people with that, and it's all up in their face, and like, no.
Yeah.
Now, Tim, do you know the neighborhood where Deanna is over there in what is it? Kensington.
No, we had that conversation when
it's
down last time. I said, "Where the hell is Kensington? I can't even know where it was."
It's the secret neighborhood.
It's the secret. Never even heard of it.
We did too, didn't we, Tim?
It's previously a cop and firefighter neighborhood. Windsor Terrace and Kensington kind of blend together, and we're on the south side of Prospect Park. But I know Meadow Village also because I had a coworker living out there, and also a very like cop heavy neighborhood from what I understand. So bringing it home for NYPD, I guess. But anyway.
I didn't get a chance. I've been down to Tim's new place because I used to go down to Tim's when he lived in Glendale, which I loved it. I loved it there. I loved Tim's place there. That was like, I've even told Tim, like, because Tim and Sam are like my second family, my second, they're that's what they are to me. And I feel at home when I'm with them, and I've explained that. That kind of ties into what you guys have. You know what I mean?
I was just going to say, like, this is what this book is about.
But I will get into that later. But Tim's neighborhood, I got so familiar with because Tim will attest to this. I never sleep. I drink coffee all day, all night.
Yeah.
I walk constantly. And it's like, so Tim, where are you going now? And I'm like, I'm just gonna go get a coffee and go around. He's just like, all right. And so he'll take a nap or whatever in the middle of the after because we get out early sometimes. We'll go to shops or go to a show.
Not a nap. We're talking 6 a.m. I walk up to go to the bathroom. You're just sitting there staring at the wall. I said, Eric, here's my keys. Go out and explore and just come back when you're ready.
That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. And but no,
yes, Cody, yes.
Yes. What did you say?
Again. We got a double Moana night.
That's the best song of Moana.
Hey, maybe we should do a Pop Culture Pros karaoke night.
Hey, now that's a good idea. That is a really good idea. And you know something? I bet you somehow Dave could figure that out if you gave him time. I bet you Dave could figure out how we could do that. I really do.
I'm not totally for this whole producer Dave thing. When did this happen? You guys are supposed to be kayfabing.
Well, it just kind of happened by accident. Dave brought it up, and as well as you know, Tim, with my Yahoo experience and everything, I'm not very good at. I am good. I'm not good. I'm not going to pretend even to make things up. I suck at producing. I'm a personality, and I'm probably not even good at that. So,
Oh, of course you are.
but the thing is Dave and I got talking, and he's like, I think it'd be fun if we did this, and I got to tell you, it's working out like a bang right now. So
But the way I see it is that he's Regis and I'm Gelman. You
Yeah.
know, they still had their beef there, so that's what we are.
that's exactly what it is.
Oh my God, cousin Sarah is here. We are taking you to your first karaoke. We sure as shit are.
That's right. She's never been. Look at Tim. Tim's got the magic microphone.
I'm ready.
I'm ready. I just got thinking. I was at a loss because I don't think I had a go-to karaoke song, but I actually do, Deanna, and I told you what it was, didn't I?
I think I remember this, but go ahead.
I will, and I despise country. Not despise. I don't like country music. I don't hate anything.
We had this discussion in the Jesus group.
In the Jesus group, yes, it was in the Jesus group. And I'm not a guy. See, I don't have hate in my heart. It just can't happen. But I dislike a lot of things. So
I don't care for new country. Old country though, and old western, like
that's cool shit. That's
Merle
cool shit.
Haggard, like.
So if I'm gonna do one epic song on a night, I'm gonna sing "Amarillo by Morning" by George Strait.
It's a good one.
Boom.
Mic drop.
Done and done.
Mic drop. No, new country. I'm going to tell you something. I work in a grocery store, and I have the ruler out, by the way, and doesn't mean anything, Sin. Don't worry. I work in and we have that awful grocery store music, and there's a song that comes on called "International Harvester." Okay, now. As you just saw with the reactions and the movements I was using with my mouth, I was re-swallowing vomit because it is the absolute worst song I've ever heard in my entire life. Now, if you can spare yourself pain and want to give it a listen, I don't even know what to say about this song.
Is that Craig Morgan? Is that Craig Morgan?
It sounds like Craig Morgan. I mean, if it isn't, it should be. But I just can't believe
it is Craig Morgan.
It's Craig Morgan. Okay. I don't even know who Craig Morgan is. I have no idea. The song is so bad. It's, you know what, nostalgia-wise, I guess if you're a Midwest country person, I'm sure it means something to you. But I can't jive, man. I am not down with it. And just like, I'm just grabbing bags of chips like going, if I crush this and someone buys it, they're going to be really disappointed. And it's like, oh man. So I just, I can't do it. I just can't do it.
I got to tell you, one of my favorite karaoke moments, though, was actually just within the last couple of years. I was down for work with Jim Hightower. We were doing a bunch of interviews in East Tennessee at this place called the Highlander Center. If you haven't heard of it, look it up. It's amazing. Anyway, the night, the hotel bar had a karaoke night that night, and I was like, I am clearly doing karaoke in East Tennessee. Like, this is clearly what's happening. And we're like an hour and a half north east of Knoxville. And I brought because we were there doing podcast recording, and so I had my little like portable recorder there, which I found out later people thought was a taser because I got it out and just set it on the bar, and it has these like two little microphones sticking out, and they're like, "Oh, is that a taser?"
Oh, you should have sold it and said, "Yeah, it is. Why? You want it?"
Anyway, that night there were just like you pull out like the most unassuming older guys doing karaoke, and they're all doing old school country songs, and my heart was just fucking exploding. And just
I bet that was cool.
Oh, and we just had such a great time together. It was like this great
ooh Twilight Zone
moment. And this is like my theory about karaoke, is that karaoke is the secret to bringing people together, and all of this stuff, and I'm out there like this radical lefty singing karaoke with like these people
The
that
sad
feel like the
country
people that I
songs.
grew up with,
Yeah.
and I did my party trick, and they were like, that was awesome. And I was like, I'm with you guys. So, karaoke.
That's cool. Like, compare the Tennessee karaoke to the downtown New York karaoke. No.
Well, actually, I mean, he was the KJ, as they're called, the karaoke DJ.
Oh, KJ.
Yeah.
Is this a term that's real?
Yeah, Mike Stamper
It
is
is.
his name. Yeah, it's a KJ, and
A
his name
KJ.
is Mike, and we're still Facebook friends to the point where he was really good because he had like every song. He knew how to like transition between genres and like talk enough to keep hype people up and stuff. Like he was just fantastic, and
Wow.
and we became Facebook friends to the point where then a month later I was in Berlin and I was doing karaoke there, and he commented on my post and he was like, you tell those motherfuckers we said ye fucking ah. And I was like, I got a video of my friends going, ye fucking ah.
German people?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It brings people together.
It does bring people together. Karaoke's great. And I got to say, like, I know karaoke isn't for everybody because you always get, and correct me if I'm wrong, you always get, like, it's so fun, like you said, seeing the older gentlemen doing those heartfelt songs, and you see the one guy, like the lonely guy at the bar, and then all of a sudden he gets up and he blows everybody's mind, you know what I mean, with something. But there's always that one guy who's a dickhead.
Yes.
And dare I say, you encounter douchebags at the bar.
Time?
Wow, did somebody just say douchebag?
Did someone say douchebag?
Well, we happen to have a favorite here on
Was
the
that my
show.
cue to come in? I wasn't sure.
It wasn't, Dave, but yes, you can. We're gonna do the favorite. Okay, so here's the deal. Here on the program, we have a game we play. Cynthia, I'm not sure if I know you're a giant fan of the show, and I know we were talking the other day. You've seen every episode 3 times, and I appreciate that.
Yeah.
But we have a game here that's become a favorite of pop culture pros in general, and we call it the douchebag. So I get the douchebag out, okay? So it's right here, and what I do is
That's painful already.
I've got a list of names in the douchebag, okay? Now I'm going to pull a name out, and each of you are going to look at that name, and if they're cool, they're cool. We'll keep them out of the bag. But if they're a douche or a dickhead or anything like that for any reason, we're going to throw them in the douchebag. You guys want to play this or what?
Hell yeah.
Yes, we do. I think you're muted, Sin. I think you didn't unmute yourself. You don't care? Oh, you are. 2 thumbs up with 1. So, without further ado, let's pull all these names out of the bag that they were being housed in, and we'll angle the camera so we can kind of see the bag a little bit. And which you can't, but you can. So let's go.
Especially now that I know that Sarah's here, I can't stop laughing.
So let's start out with an easy one. Probably an easy one. Bill Cosby.
Douchebag.
Douchebag. Is he definitely like the big giant douchebag?
Yeah.
Sorry, Bill. You're a douche.
I mean, this brings up a conversation though that we could have about like, what do you do with that person's work? And I think that's up to individuals to decide. Like, I still reference some of his humor, and then I remember, and I'm like,
100%.
Doesn't feel good for me.
No, I told the story the other day. Who was I telling it to? I think I was boring some vendor with like an old story about Bill Cosby. He was the funniest fucking guy in the world growing up. He was Mr. Huxtable. He was fucking funny.
Stand-up was amazing.
He just
the Noah
has
Ark stuff. Yes.
Yeah, he has that timing. He knows what to say, when to say it, and he knows it's funny. And Jesus Christ, he fucking roofied like 1 million fucking people.
Yeah.
Bill, what the fuck did you do to us? Anyway,
Yeah.
fuck you, Bill.
He fucked
You're
himself.
a douche.
Fuck
Yeah.
you.
You're a douche, Bill. What about the Hulkster, brother? What about it, brother?
Not a douchebag for me.
No, Hogan's
Sin?
not a dude. Sin, is he a dude? No, he's not a dude. Hogan's cool, right?
Yeah.
You know, we've had many a discussion on various shows about Hulk Hogan,
Of course.
and we're going to generalize it. Hulkster stays out of the bag, and then the boss is definitely going to say don't put Hogan in the douchebag. So,
Why would Hogan go in the douchebag? Because he went evil for a while?
no, well, being wrestling insiders like Dave,
Yeah.
Tim, and I are, we know a little more about the inner workings of how things went in the business.
Okay.
But that you can't judge him on that, because to us growing up, Hogan, and to a lot of people, the Hulkster man meant a lot, and come on, is the Hulkster, you know.
Yeah.
So anyway, while we're on the subject of gigantic pop culture icons, how about John Lennon?
Not a douchebag.
Douchebag.
Not
Never
a
a douchebag.
Never a douchebag.
Why would he be a douchebag?
I don't know. I'm just hey, don't yell at the guy in the chair. He's just handling the names.
He
So-
totally support that. I see you in the comments. If you like Kevin Spacey, he was great in Unusual Suspect.
That's the
Yeah.
boss, by the way, Sin.
And
He's
that's
the boss. That's
Yeah.
Steve Faraci. He is the boss
It's,
of Pop Culture Pros. He
But
is
that's
our
the whole
boss.
point that I'm talking about. Like, do you completely write off? You know, like I don't like Woody Allen's work anyway, so it's not hard for me to be like, I'm not going to watch that.
Right.
I'm not going to support it or participate in it, right? And you know, there's other people that I have a more complicated relationship with, despite the fact that I'm a survivor. We're all, many of us are survivors here, and we all just have to, I think, figure out our relationships to it.
like
Yeah.
Pablo Picasso was a giant douchebag.
Yes.
I'm not getting rid of his work though.
No, I'd sell it.
No.
You know. So, well, speaking of body of work, this guy has quite a long list of a body of work, and it goes into multiple genres. And he's a well-known person by the name of Will Smith. Does the Fresh Prince get a pass?
Yeah, he's not a douchebag.
You know, he's cool, right?
He's a fine person.
He is. He's awesome.
All right.
He's the fucking Fresh Prince.
Yeah, he's a fucking Fresh Prince. What Steve said about separating the art from the artist.
Like,
Well, Sin, do you want to say something first?
no, I was just gonna say that's an individual decision. Miles Davis, another colossal asshole.
Who?
Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. Yeah, another great example, right? I
Not
think
too
though, when the artist's work was predominantly dependent on the people or other animals, whatever, that he exploited or that they exploited, that makes it a little bit more complicated. Like that makes it harder for me to separate.
What about murder?
Oh, I'll kill a motherfucker. I'll just fucking.
Is it hard to separate the artist from a murderer?
Like-
Which one?
Well, see, as wrestling fans, we have a famous one. His name is Chris Benoit. He's probably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, but he murdered his wife and his kid, and then he hung himself.
Yeah, maybe no. That guy's a douchebag.
So it's hard to it's still hard to separate.
Right.
It is. It is.
And it's, but I mean, I think that this is worth the conversation of saying, like in these conversations anyway, of saying like this person's work was amazing and he murdered his family and hung himself. Like what a douchebag, like you can be both.
Yeah, you can be both. And like Steve said with Kevin Spacey, and as Sin said with Miles Davis, was it?
Yep.
How's that for Ginkgo biloba? I agree. You have to if you're touched by an artist's work, fine. Them as a human, you don't have to like them. And
Sarah's got a great example in
what
the
is Sarah?
comment.
Jake? Oh, let's
J.K.
Dave pop
Rowling.
that up. Pop that comment up, Dave.
Yeah, J.K. Rowling. I mean, she's made really terrible statements and tweets and all kinds of stuff about trans folk, and she's super transphobic, and she's otherwise acted super terribly in a lot of different ways. But does that mean you can't like Harry Potter anymore? It's like I think we all have to determine our relationship then to that. Again,
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. Like it's fine.
I like Harry Potter.
Right. And well, I think also like when you have kids and like there's anyway, yes.
My kids hate Harry Potter. I'm the only one.
I love them.
Can I quote Nicholas? Nick, you want to watch Harry Potter? No, Harry Potter's dumb. Okay. Anyway, speaking of now, supreme leaders tend to be douchebags.
Yeah, they do.
But is this guy a douchebag?
Yes.
He's certainly
800,000%.
Sin, is he a douche or
I'm not even going to dignify that.
You're not even gonna you don't even want to speak on that one. No. He goes in the bag. He goes in the bag. There we go. Let's get a more clear shot of the bag so you can see me putting. Okay. So this next one, look, this is going to be very controversial because while this man is admired by millions, he's also he's ridiculed by millions and he's questioned by millions. But if I were to have to do his job during this time, I don't think I could have done it. Now, that's the respect. Now, that being said, he has made some very, very crazy statements. But I don't know if it's fair. I don't know if it's fair to put him. I'm going to let you guys be the judge because this is your game. Our esteemed governor, Andrew Cuomo.
Oh, I'm going to let Sin go first.
Go ahead, Sin.
He is fundamentally a douchebag, but I still wouldn't put him in the douchebag.
So he can be a douche, but we shouldn't douche him.
There's a certain amount of autocratic leaning that any governor of New York is just naturally going to have to be effective. And he has that probably a little more than he should. But, you know, it ain't easy.
So, yeah, Deanna.
I'm a little bit harder on Cuomo, coming from the way left, the way left. I'm pointing
way
right,
left,
but whatever, right and left. I have a hard time with Cuomo, and although I was really fun during the earlier parts of the pandemic and like the whole homosexual stuff that was happening, and that was like very entertaining. But I agree, like being New York State governor, I mean, the way this state is set up politically is just such bullshit.
Oh, it sucks. And put a pandemic. Sorry, douchebag. Put a pandemic on. I hit the douchebag, and it gets angry. Put a pandemic upon this fucking state. And I don't know. Does he have nipple rings? But anyway,
he totally
we still
does.
don't know, but we suspect that Steve, not in a million years. You keep that.
Although I was getting a big kick out of the boyfriend thing. And that the boy, did you follow any of that, Eric? Did y'all follow that?
No.
Not his boyfriend, but was it Kara?
Kara's boyfriend.
His daughter? Okay.
Yeah, his daughter's boyfriend like moved in and he clearly did not like this guy and like kept calling him the boyfriend. He's like, but what do I know? I'm just a father. And it was pretty amazing.
Wow. So we're gonna based upon Cynthia and your testimony, we're gonna take Andrew Cuomo and place him out of the bag.
Can we make him douchebag adjacent?
Yes, that's fair.
Okay,
Like,
let's
put
put
him
him.
next to
We're
the
gonna place him
douchebag.
in the middle. He's in the middle.
No,
He's
put
gonna
him,
like.
next to it.
He's gonna be next. He's like almost in the bag. He's kind of like hanging out outside the bag, like talking to people in there. So that'll be cool. How about here's one. Here's one for you guys. Mike Tyson.
Complicated.
Complicated. That's a good
mean,
word.
I don't think you can. I don't think that it's that production.
You know, I'm unfair because we grew up watching him beat people up, and we thought it was the greatest thing ever. So, but his personal life.
Separating again.
There we are. Yeah, I'm actually doing what I said we shouldn't do. So, or can do. Which one was it? Anyway, Sin, you say no?
I'm saying it's complicated.
It's complicated. So, are he and Andrew going to be hanging out at the coffee shop by the douchebag?
You can't tar and feather him necessarily for
Raping women?
Well, therein lies the thing, though. Has he been convicted and accused since the first time?
I don't think. Yeah, you think that's true. That's
but I
true.
also, especially with sexual assault, I don't hold the courts as the gold standard of whether someone is guilty or not.
There you go.
But
That's why it's complicated, right?
Right, because if we are all to be judged by the worst moment in our life, where we behave the most publicly worst moment, we'd all be fucked.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I excel at that, and I can be judged on all of it. But you know what? We'll leave. Let's leave Mike in the bleachers here. Of the he's in the courtyard. He's in the courtyard of the douchebag.
Raises pigeons and is an ethical vegan. Like, it's all very confusing.
Yeah.
Very much so. And what a fucking right hand. Oh my god. God, it was scary watching him fight. Like you were frightened of this man, but it was cool. I think next one's going to be interesting. How about Joel Osteen?
He's a
douchebag.
Oh boy. See you, Joel.
Yeah.
See you later, Joel. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You make money off of God.
Well, that could go. We could go on forever with that one.
Yeah, we sure could.
That's just fucking snake oil. Never mind.
Yeah.
How about Johnny Depp?
Also douche for me, who I have a hard time separating his work from his douchery. There's certainly like work of his that I really love, but like his behavior consistently the publicly has not been good, especially the last 10 years.
Right. Sin, what do you think?
To be honest, I've been ignoring him completely for the last 10 years. So I'm not really sure.
He did some pretty shitty stuff to his girlfriend.
So you want
stuff I do know something about. Like, it whizzes by my feed and I don't pay any attention to it.
So should we just douche him by proxy?
Douche it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Sorry, Johnny. Ooh. Cynthia, this might hit home for you. This might be like a welcoming mist of memory from New England here. This is the hero, one of the heroes of New England, and one of my heroes, Larry Bird.
Larry Bird's not a douche.
No
douche.
Larry Legend. Come on, from French Lick, Indiana, right? Yeah, Indiana. I
loved him as like the wise man in the corner, like yes.
Yes.
I just nod. Just want to nod.
He just nods, and you believe me, Dave would have corrected me too if I was, because I've probably been wrong 100 times, and Dave's like going, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh boy, wow, where am I getting? I tell you, my staff is wonderful that I have here, and I just can't believe that they're giving me all these cool names. But how about Taylor Swift?
She's not a douche.
I don't think so either. Do you, girls? I'm going to ask you. Okay,
Who's the girl here? Do you see the girls here?
Ladies,
Humans.
gentlemen, Taylor Swift. Okay. Is unfairly judged for the songs that she writes and sings because they're all the thing is like all she sings about is her boyfriends and her breakups. Well, if you look at Stevie Nicks, who they were trying to compare her to, 90% of those songs are about Lindsey Buckingham, aren't they?
But she made Lindsey Buckingham sing them. That's fucking badass.
Yes.
Yeah, there's that. I didn't think of that.
We do not compare the Stevie.
That's what I'm saying. You can't compare the two. You can't compare the two. But Taylor, I feel gets beat on a little bit too much. I like Taylor Swift too. She's tall. So are we keeping? I know that's got nothing to do with it. Are we keeping Taylor out of this or what?
She's nice.
She's nice. Sin says she's nice, Deanna.
She's fine. I'm
She's
choking
fine?
on my own water.
Okay, that's well, it's
It's not COVID. I'm just an idiot.
if it was, we'll take care of you. Vitamins. Oh boy, Tim got a rise out of Tim the last time. This isn't necessarily a person, but you guys are really gonna like this. This is a thing, but it can be construed in a douchey way. How about the New York City transit system?
New York City Transit?
No douche.
No douche, man. Do you know how hard that shit is?
You know how hard it is to run a fucking ginormous, we have the largest bus system in the entire world.
In the entire, yeah, you do.
Lots of special things happen on transit.
I mean, not for nothing. You're still gonna get douchey things happening, but as a whole, not a douche.
Not a douche. So the transit system gets a pass.
Hell yeah, that gets me around. I live and die by that shit.
Nice. By the way,
But can I say it real quick?
oh Tim, go ahead. Tim, go ahead.
People who work for transit, and they've given me the inside scoop on certain things, and I say douche. Because there are times where your train might be late due to technical problems, but that really just means the conductor is taking a shit somewhere.
So yes, the shit. Doesn't everybody?
Still,
I support that. That's fair.
I don't know.
Also, I would say that the agency that runs the transit system is totally mismanaged and bullshit, which is run at the state level. By the way, we don't even get a fucking say in that shit.
I don't douche the workers. I douche
No.
the people running the company. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I
The
was.
agency is fuck, but they still get
the
my
commission.
shit around. And they've been, through this pandemic, how many have died? Just anyway, but yes. But the total mismanagement of it at the state level and all of that shit is bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I feel an Enron scandal coming soon.
I wish.
We only hope. They name a stadium after it. Now here's another controversial character who I happen to think isn't a douche myself, but Ellen DeGeneres.
It turns out that one's complicated too, right?
I think she's fun because she dances, but who am I? I'm just a talk show host.
So here's actually a really good example of what I was talking about. Here is someone who has built her entire public persona around specifically being a good, nice, fun person. And it turns out in work life and all of that stuff, she's exploiting people, treating people really badly, treating workers really badly, and all of that stuff. And you can't have your cake and eat it too, to me.
Okay,
I'm gonna go douche.
you're gonna go
Although I
douche.
still think her comedy is funny, I'm gonna say douche for being that person.
I have douche leanings as well.
So we're going. She's it's just a hop, skip, and a douche.
I mean,
Ooh.
she's not, no one, I hope, is beyond redemption, but she's a long road.
Ooh, Cynthia, that boy, you're drilling a hole in my head that hurts when you say that something like that. But yes, you're right, probably. How about this? Let's bring it back around the world here. Hi, Deanna. Let's bring it back around. How about Jay Leno? Yeah, how about Jay?
Not a douche.
Jay's not a douche. Deanna's got the thumb. Deanna's got the thumb going.
All of
ticket.
the shit. Yeah, no, I was doing an obscene gesture. I think he's a total douche for how much he screwed over Conan O'Brien, man.
I do too.
Hardcore just made that dude's life shit for a minute. And just from his own fucking ego. I have strong feelings about this.
Clearly.
Wow. So, Sin, based upon that, how do you feel?
I have literally no feelings about Jay Leno whatsoever.
So you're indifferent. You have no strong feeling one way or the other.
No.
Well, guess what that means? You're a douche. Ooh. 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 This one's gonna be interesting. Rival talk show guy, Joe Rogan.
Oh my God. So
Oh,
full,
boy.
dude.
Look at her. She almost fell out the window.
Yeah.
Sin, I think your watch turned color because your reaction got so personal.
No,
Oh, that's just a glare.
he's another one I literally have no feelings about.
You're indifferent. So Deanna, it's going to be up to you. Is Rogan in the douchebag?
Oh, so douche.
So douche.
So douche for me.
Rogan kind of can be and can't be. What do you think, Tim? He's kind of.
This is the thing is I'm here for the to challenge be challenged on this.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think he thinks his shit don't stink. But
I do too. I think he's looked upon too much as like he is the benchmark of like certain statements and certain ideals. Like, well, Joe Rogan said it, so but he's been so wrong on fucking like three. Okay, so when Chris Cuomo was like curling 100 pounds. And a couple of years ago, that video, come on, Joe. You fucking know that they're fake weights. I mean, he's just doing it to be funny. And he's like, whoa, he's Italian. He might be Italian strong. And it's like, Joe, come on. You don't really believe that. And he did. He did. Yeah. So come on, Joe. Fucking bye. Anyway. Oh, this one's near and dear to all our hearts here at the Pop Culture Pros. This was one of our first theme songs for our show. We actually did this when COVID first hit. Tim actually suggested that we use this as the theme of the week, and we did. Sung by this gentleman, mixed by whomever genius did it. But we have another televangelist on our hands. We have Kenneth Copeland. Don't know who he is?
I don't know who that is.
He did the COVID-19 video where his eyes are getting like whatever, and he's going to blow it away with the wind of God. You never saw that? That's the guy. That's the guy. Now he might not be a douche. He's a douchebag. But whoever made that video is the greatest person ever. That's.
Yes.
But he's a televangelist and he's a cock, so he's a douche. Oh, one of my favorite people. I feel I'm giving away too much by making my little comments.
You sure are. I'm like, oh, well, shit. What do I say now?
Well, I mean, he might not be one of your, but I happen to admire the man. I like Barack Obama.
Oh, no douche.
No, Obama's no douche.
No douche.
No, he's just, every president is different, and every president portrays themselves differently. And I actually did a good Obama impersonation last week. If I wasn't hoarse and in need of lozenge, I'd probably try it. But
in need of lozenge.
Yeah, I need something. This is, probably a pizza would do it. But Sin,
Yeah.
Sin, no douche, right?
No, I mean, I said no. I didn't. I don't even use that.
Sarah, you're not saying total douche about Barack Obama.
I think she's saying total douche about Kenneth Copeland. I hope.
Okay.
I know she is. We know Sarah. Yeah, we know she's not.
She's all craminy, as my mom might say.
We're gonna get a rise out of Tim here in a minute because I keep trying to TikTok stuff and he won't. He just will not have me doing this, and he won't do it with me because he'd make a perfect contemporary to this TikTok. Which, by the way, if you guys aren't watching our TikToks, you should because they're great.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, no, I'm not.
And Bono from U2. So tell me, Sin, let's start with you, Cynthia. Is Bono a douchebag?
Kind of.
Kind of?
Not in like an evil way.
No, but just like a douche way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's gradations of douchiness.
There are, but
he's on the low end of douchiness.
Okay. So he's like he's kind of like on the what are those on like the tundra of douche. He's not up to the mountaintop of douche yet.
He's not a permafrost douche.
He's not a permafrost douche. He's not hanging out with the mammoths.
Nah.
Deanna, do you agree?
I have had a crush on this man since I was 13 years old, and I will tell you, I think he's douchey. Low-grade douche, but I think he's douchey.
Ooh. Wow, we're torn.
He is what all other douches should be measured against. That's how much of a fake douche I think he is.
You're in permafrost douche then.
Oh, so Tim, are you the tiebreaker here? I mean,
he's the Mount Rushmore of douche.
He's the Mount. See, Tim can't stand Bono. Tim cannot stand. And I want to do a TikTok like where I'm standing there singing. What is it? I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Like when we're hanging out, and Tim just like no, you too. I'm not doing it. Even though he just has to be the Edge and stand there, and he won't do it.
The guy's name is the Edge. He's a douche too. It's the Edge.
He's on the edge of douchiness.
How do you call yourself the Edge?
I don't know.
It's the Edge.
They were like 12 when they picked those names. Those kids.
Yeah, that's true.
Douchey
I
bands.
I don't even know what I called myself when I was probably nothing. But well, you know what? He's gonna grab a cup of tea with Andrew Cuomo and Mike Tyson. So, Sarah's got a great question. Bernie is wondering what the official douche scale is. Well, I can't.
No.
Yeah, I can't answer that, Sarah. There is no official scale. You've got to feel it in your heart, in your soul. It's got to come out naturally. And if I can invoke a little Flemish, it's got to be. You have to be almost. What's that word? Verklempt. And just
funny.
And just let it out. I was close. I had the ISH on the end.
You said
And
Flemish.
I said Flemish. I don't even know if that's a language or not.
That's a bottle of water. It's a Flemish cap. It's a body of water.
The Flemish. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Isn't there a Flemish rabbit?
Yeah, I think that's a style of cooking rabbit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
For the record, for other viewers, Sarah is referring to her husband and not Bernie Sanders.
Yes, her husband's name is Bernie. That's true. From Thompson, Pennsylvania. Thompson, represent. Okay, so I have to speak to the boss quick. Boss, if you're still on, be prepared for the next one because I'm skipping ahead because I want you to see who I pull off after this one because I cheated and looked ahead. I looked ahead, and what I saw. Anyway, while we're waiting for the boss, let's all take a trip back in time. Let's look up into the clouds here and just be like, 12 years old, birthday party. Where are my parents or my friends' parents taking us? They're taking us to animatronic hell and to Chuck E. Cheese. Now, Deanna, that's the not uncommon reaction, but Sin, you're statuesque there. What you do not know?
I've never been to a Chuck E. Cheese.
You haven't?
No.
Oh no.
I'm okay with that. In there. I'm great with that.
You're okay with not being creeped out by creepy animatronic things that just kind of move weirdly?
I got the Hall of Presidents for that.
Yeah.
Close, but not quite as creepy.
But I mean, Chuck E. Cheese, especially, you grew up, working class in a semi-rural area, and it's that is fucking Disneyland.
It is.
There's nothing like it anywhere else. And when that came to Binghamton, we were like,
it was party time. It was you were looking
dream.
beyond.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so great. So Chuck's staying out. Chuck is staying out. Okay, boss. We got the boss on. So we have a running gag here with the douchebag. And Tim knows what name exactly I'm going to put up. But we have a running gag here because we have a friend who is actually a douche. But we have to put him in. We have to have him on every time. It's James Bunker. He's everybody's favorite douchebag. Now the boss is going to get a big kick out of this, and I hope he. Now, Sin, you have something in common with him because. Actually, you don't have anything in common with him, but he likes the New England Patriots. Is that anything? Does that resonate? No, nothing.
If it's not hockey, I don't give a shit.
If it's not hockey, you're a Bruins fan?
I'm a hockey fan.
A hockey fan in general.
Yeah, I just like the sport.
You just like the sport, but you're not a Ranger fan, right? You're not.
No, I like the Rangers too.
Do you like the Maple Leafs?
Yeah.
Goddamn Canadians.
Oh my God.
They're whiny babies, or they used to be anyway.
Mats Sundin is the greatest Swedish hockey player that has ever put skates on. I am sorry, but he is.
The Maple Loafs cry like the babies they are. They might as well start a club with the kid.
I like her, Eric. I like her a lot.
You know, Sin. But just for that, Bunker's going in a douchebag.
I don't know.
That's what the boss says too.
If the boss says douche him, he's douched. Cynthia, I'm going to forgive that.
It's all right. I didn't ask you to. You don't have to.
I don't have to,
Absolutely not.
but I want to.
You can if you want to, but
I'm going to. I forgive you for insulting my Maple Leafs. And it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's all right. No.
Tim
I hate the
knows.
Rangers. Yeah, well, Rangers suck. Anyway, do you guys remember a show in the 80s? Had a guy wearing a creepy sweater with a mustache. His name was Mr. Belvedere.
Oh yeah.
Remember him? Remember Mr. Belvedere?
Yeah.
You don't remember that, Tim?
No, I'm saying no douche.
Oh, no, dude. He's cool?
I'm a big douche.
Mr. Belvedere's cool?
I don't recall anything being creepy or douchey about him.
I don't either. I wonder why they put him in here.
That was his.
What does your staff think?
Why did you put Mr. Belvedere in this, please? Let me know.
What does Lenny
that's not-
Briscoe-
that's
Detective
not a
Lenny
reason.
Briscoe have to say?
That's not a Look, no, I don't care if they cut off the no. Sorry, eat your sugar crisp. So anyway, I have no idea why they put the Mr. Belvedere in there.
That's excellent parenting, Eric.
It is. Ooh. I'll tell you, we like getting to the core at the program here. We reach right
that's
inside
why it's called A2Z.
and we just twist. Okay? So this one is O.J. Simpson.
Douche.
That was fast.
Yeah, didn't have to wait.
That's not really a core. That's just
Fact.
Cynthia, I was going for the dramatic effect, but thank you for breaking that for me.
Sorry
That's
about
okay.
that.
That's all right. That's all right. That's you
That's
know.
like saying Paul Pot. Douche or not. You know?
Hey, you're the one that wanted her on your show, okay?
I know.
You asked for this.
That's well, you know, I did, and I still don't regret it at all.
Yeah.
So anyway, how do you feel about Arkansas Bill?
Oh,
It's complicated.
I'm gonna go douche.
You're gonna douche him,
I'm gonna douche him.
and Sin, he's complicating your thoughts.
I want to, but I can't.
You can't?
Yeah.
Oh, go on, force yourself.
No, I really don't want to.
You really don't want to. You really do like everyone.
There's more shades of gray for me.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm in therapy for my lack of shades of gray.
Wow. You know, yeah, and that was the only song that the Grateful Dead ever scored a #1 hit with, you know.
Boss Man says no douche Clinton. And
All right, boss, fine. We're not going to douche him. Good
sidebar,
Lord.
I've met him twice and he was really funny and nice. But he was also a little creepy. But
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, fundamentally, like, I lean towards his policies. He's more centrist than I am, but, you know, I am, in the end, even though I wasn't in the originally, but I, you know, happy to talk about it, but it was, I am Team Monica, and I think that he abused the shit out of her, and I do think that Paula Jones had a case,
100%
and that
he
it
did.
was totally smothered by the Democrats. So anyway, like, I think
Yeah.
especially as a predator,
But
so that's another one that's complicated because his work, like the Clinton Foundation work, like, you know, his work is amazing. I think he's a douche, and some of his work is really incredible.
Cool.
see, the dog thinks it too.
Wow. Sin, you have a dog too?
Gray.
No.
Oh, okay.
She has a
Yeah,
20-year-old cat named Smudge.
You have a cat?
Sure
Can
do.
Kitty say hi?
No.
No.
Why not?
because she's 20 years old and she's asleep right now.
Oh, so you don't want to wake the sleeping?
No, because I have to give her medication in about 10 minutes, so I'd rather not wake her.
Oh, okay. You want her to be as solemn as long as possible.
I want
Gotcha.
her to be asleep when I go in there.
Gotcha. Well, let me bring the mood back up, because this is definitely this is a party name. Donald Trump Jr. I mean, this is, when you talk.
No. Oh, I'm drowning in douchery.
Oh no, this is the whole bag of dicks, isn't it?
I refer to my earlier Pol Pot comment.
Pol Pot. Again? With Pol Pot. Do you know the Dead Kennedys reference Pol Pot in one of their songs?
Yep.
Yes, I do indeed know that.
Are you a Dead Kennedy fan, Sin?
I was a punk rocker for many years.
Wow, amazing. Well, I know he's going in, so I'm just going to throw him in there. He actually has a place up here, and
I know, that's the thing. He's extra douchey because of that.
Oh yeah, he. I think he spread COVID up here too. By the way. Yeah.
Because he quarantined up there, right?
He was, yeah, for like 3 weeks. He was quarantined up there, and a few people that I know of at the same time. Now, whether they gave it to him or he gave it to them or they got it from someone else, everyone that was in the vicinity, there's a $5 word, came down with it. Yeah, that's right.
Blisteringly stupid, so let's not waste any more time on him.
No, he's a douche. But is Dr. Fauci a douche?
Hell no. Hell no.
Whoa.
Love the Fauci.
I think he's okay. I trust him.
He's a New York boy through and through. I love Fauci.
Oh, hey, that's a little bias. No,
We do. That's how we.
that's
roll.
how we do it. I'm outvoted. That's it.
I don't know how that works.
You think he's douchey?
I'm not going to douche him. I'm just trying to get a reaction out of you. We're not going to douche the doctor, the virologist, who helped figure this whole thing. Wrong crowd for the Foch.
Fauci.
Yes,
Ain't
Steve.
nobody gonna douche that dude here.
I don't think anybody's going to douche him, but I have to create some sort of shock value here, boss. That's why you pay me the big bucks. That's why I am who I am. Eminem.
I like Eminem.
You like Eminem?
Yeah,
Deanna, you like Eminem?
yeah,
Tim?
fine.
Eminem? Cool? Cool. Eminem's out of the bag. Ooh, wow. I have a shirt with this woman on it, believe it or not.
My God, how many are there?
We only got one left.
Okay.
We only got one left.
I gotta eat dinner.
We only got one left. Diane Sawyer.
Why would you be a douche?
I don't know.
What the fuck is your staff thinking?
I have no idea. That's not even my handwriting, by the way, so you can't get mad at me.
Whose handwriting is that?
That's totally my handwriting. I wrote all of these things.
I was
That's
gonna
me.
say, is that like your brother's handwriting?
No, his is much neater than mine.
Ain't no hate for Diane Sawyer.
No, she's cool, right? She's all right.
She's great.
I'd go on a date with her. I really would.
I'd be her.
You would be Diane Sawyer?
Sure, why not?
I agree. That's cool. So that was the douchebag. Great, ladies. Wait a minute. You want to make this official? You want to make this official? Let's make it official. Congratulations on completing the douchebag. Yay! Cool. Girls, this has been a great show. Do you agree?
Oh yeah.
This has been a lot of fun. This has been,
Especially every time you call us girls.
ladies, friends,
See no ladies here.
friends, friends.
Friends I like.
Friends I like. Now, who did you met? Tim and I had I had a story that I was gonna like cross connect with your and Cynthia's friendship, but since I can't think of that right now, I'm gonna ask you real quick: how has the pandemic strengthened or otherwise made it better your friendship?
All the ways.
Every single one of them. The wheel of happiness.
Sin, you go first. I talk too much.
Go ahead, Sin.
All the ways. It's great.
I mean, it really so another thing that we do anyway is this started a few years ago. We check in every morning to make sure that neither of us died in the night. We both live on our own, and neither of us want to die a New York death. And so we check in every single morning and be like, "Are you breathing? I'm breathing." And I think having that structure in place already for the pandemic, that deepened it. And then, I don't know. She's my human. She's my heterosexual life partner. She's my person.
Nice.
Yeah, we just prioritize each other over romantic relationships because, as you can see, those didn't go that well.
Yeah.
So,
Cool. Now, yeah. So,
Hey, Eric.
yes, Tim.
With your permission, may I ask 2 quick questions?
You may, Tim. Absolutely. Fire away, Tim. Tim did say he had some things he wanted to ask. Go ahead, Tim.
Well, the first thing, Cynthia, when you do physically go to work, where did you go to work? Because I work, I don't say work for Disney, I work at Disney. So where did you
Chelsea
actually
Market
work?
in New York.
Where did you work?
Chelsea Market. That's where our office is.
Chelsea, okay.
So
So I worked on West End Avenue at the ABC building there, which was also Disney Publishing and all that stuff. So I know a lot of those people.
We originally, what we were before we became Disney Streaming was Major League Baseball Advanced Media until Disney bought us. So that's why we were in the Chelsea Market, because that's where MLB.com was.
And with BAMTech?
Yeah, I was I'm actually a BAMTech legacy employee.
See, there you go. I know that we were kind of connected there in a way.
Yep. That's me.
And my second question is the question of the week. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Here it is. If you were half woman, half pickle, what half would you want to be woman? What half would you want to be pickle? Top half, bottom half.
I would be Pickle Rick to bring it back to pop culture. I would just be Pickle Rick. Pickle Rick!
The top half pickle?
He was all pickle but part Rick. That's how I would go.
All right, you can cheat that way. I'll allow it.
The lower half so that I could shit without sitting down.
I like it.
Yeah.
Practice.
Yeah. That sounds intriguing to me.
That's all I got.
Easier.
Nice. We're now, Tim. Now, you mentioned that
Half pickle, half human.
So, Cynthia, you're Disney streaming and you're ABC, Tim? That's what? Or you were Disney. So, is it essentially one and the same?
Yeah.
Disney owns ABC.
Disney owns ABC.
ABC, ESPN, Hulu. Oh, shit, I'm missing a whole bunch of stuff. More
Tons of
stuff.
stuff.
There's a fuck pile that they own.
Nat Geo.
Nat Geo, thank you.
Nat Geo. Wow. Marvel.
All those things are in my building.
21st Century Fox, but not broadcast.
Wow. So that's wow. So that's cool. That's cool. You guys have that little connection.
That's awesome.
Deanna and I worked
yeah.
We worked at different places at the same time once. Remember that?
Which place? Grand
Did you
Union?
Did you hear what I said? We worked at different places at the same time. That's an old bad joke. I know. That's terrible. Oh, ladies,
But this is also an example of the tiny village that New York actually is. Like, people think it's a city of 8 million people, and it's a city of 1,000 villages because everybody has random connection to each other.
Yeah, their own little communities. That's really cool. That's really cool.
What?
What do you do? What do you do, baby?
I do maintenance. I don't work for Disney. I work at Disney.
So you're not in that building anymore, though. It's gone, right?
Yeah, they shut it down. So I moved up to 47 West.
Okay.
Which is all the ABC News building.
Right.
But I'm connected to Kelly and Ryan and Tamron Hall and all that stuff.
Okay. Got it.
Cool. Very cool.
That's awesome.
Well, my friends, I think we have reached the end of our rope.
I think our audience has too.
Oh, well, they haven't. You gotta. We're only seeing some. We're not seeing the people that are listening on this, that, and the other thing. So we're definitely we've definitely been spread out there. We've definitely had a wonderful show. Cynthia, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for being here. It was absolutely wonderful. We'll give you real claps this time. We're gonna give you real claps.
Yay.
Deanna, as always, my favorite cousin. Well,
Don't tell the other one.
Don't tell the other ones that you are, but seriously, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it again.
Twin. Thank you for
Cousin
inviting
Twin,
me.
you are an absolute favorite of everyone here at Pop Culture Pros, and Cynthia, I am
Y'all
sure
are so much fun.
after this that you're going to be as popular, if not more.
Thank you, Steve.
Anytime. Now, listen, would you guys do me the honor
Uh-oh.
and the privilege of coming back sometime?
Most
I
definitely.
think I could do that.
That'd be awesome. That would be awesome. And the boss wants to thank you humans for joining tonight, as do I.
Thanks for having us, Steve.
Yeah, and I want
everything.
I want to thank you for supporting the Pop Culture Pros Network and supporting all the stuff and having the laughs and the fun that we do, because that's all we're trying to do is provide entertainment and fun for people. You know,
Y'all are great. We have great discussions, and I've had a really good time in this community. So I highly recommend it.
Good time
Awesome.
by all.
Nice. And Cynthia, you're a member of the group, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did I even ask that? I should have just assumed that. So I think we're going to wrap that up. For Cynthia, for Deanna, for our guest Tim, I'm Eric, and the A2Z Program. Yes, for more info, follow the show on Instagram, A2Z Program. The A2Z Program was produced by David Waukee, who is down below. David, come up and take a bow.
Boom. Producer Dave.
Producer Dave, come up and show yourself. Dave,
There
thank
he
you for
is.
producing. And popculturepros.com to check out all of our great content. We have, well, what do we have? Let's just run it down the list quick. We have the Empire 161 show. We have the Just Too Sweet show. We have Granny's Peach Tea. We have the Put It in the Book show. We have the Jader and Kyle show. We have the Four Quarters show. And we have the We Stomped You Out show. Plus, David, didn't a new show debut over the weekend that has something to do with music?
I believe it did. I think that we actually had the gentleman below us on that show.
You down there?
That's right.
Pro Tunes?
Protein.
That was cool. That was fun.
Yeah.
Good show.
So Deanna and Sin, keep your eye on that, because you're going to have all your favorite different personalities doing different genres and groups of music. So that's going to be fun. And you can all even suggest stuff that you want us to do. So
Awesome.
we have a pro for everything. So on behalf of all of you wonderful, wonderful human beings that have joined us tonight, my name is Eric Zant, and you are on the A2Z Program, and we are now signing off. But join us next time, because if you don't, then you're not going to see anything. Good night.